Federal Executive Council approves a draft medium-term expenditure framework for 2023 to 2025. Afreximbank and Barbados announce first ever Africa-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Senate summons CBN Governor Emefiele over Naira fall. Plus, stock markets mostly higher after the Federal Reserve hikes rates. This is Business Express on the network service of the NTA, and we are reaching you from Abuja, the nation's capital. I am Benny Adams, your guide. Good to have you join us. It's that time we talk business. I will start by telling you that the Federal Executive Council has approved a draft medium-term expenditure framework for 2023 to 2025. Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, announced this while briefing journalists after the weekly meeting of the council presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari. The size of the Nigerian economy, she says, is projected to rise up to between 225.5 trillion naira to 280.7 trillion naira during the period, thereby making the country retain its position as the largest economy in Africa.
2023 to 2025 is the crude oil price will be at $70 per barrel for 2023. And $66 per barrel for 2024 and $62 per barrel for 2025. Crude oil production we projected to be 1.69 million barrels per day for 2023, 1.813 million barrels per day for both 2024 as well as 2025. We had reported to Council that the Nigerian economy still sustained its growth. 5 consecutive quarters. Last quarter reported 3.11%. That is Q1 of 2022, with most sectors showing positive growth. We also projected that the nominal GDP, that is the size of the Nigerian economy, will rise up to 225.5 trillion naira, with 95% of this contribution by the non-oil sector, while the oil sector will be contributing only 5%. And then some steady increase from 2024 to 2020.
And determined to derive maximum benefits from the abundant mineral resource potential in the country, the Nigerian Mining Value Chain Regulations Policy has been approved by the federal government.
Whatever you mine, even if you are unable as the miner to process, we're inviting investors, we're having people who will build processing plants. This government of President Buhari, post-COVID, granted some funds, and this fund is being used as demonstration project for this mineral processing policy. In Bauchi State, for instance, we are building a processing plant for kaolin. We have a lot of kaolin around Bauchi. We have a similar thing in Ebonyi State, where we have done a lead processing plant. We are doing a barite processing plant in Cross River State. We have a gold processing plant in Kogi. In Ibadan, it's the gemstones market, where we will add value to the gemstones that we find in Nigeria before they are exported.
Approval has also been granted Nigerian Air, the national air carrier, to lease aircraft for immediate commencement of operations.
We are starting with 3 aircraft for the first instance to do the runs, and then we progress. As to the make and type, most of them are either Airbus or they are Boeing, especially for the intercontinental and international flights. And this will start as domestic airline and then would, of course, grow to become regional and international, also intercontinental.
And talking commodities, oil prices edged up on Thursday, extending gains from the previous session, buoyed by lower crude inventories and higher gasoline demand in the United States. Brent crude futures for September rose 40 cents to $107.02 a barrel, after gaining $2.22 on Wednesday. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude was at $97.78 a barrel, up 52 cents after rising $2.28 in the previous session. Let's now see prices on the global commodities market. Starting a small business is hard work in any environment, but it's even more challenging in a tough economy. This is partly because when credit markets are tight, it can be challenging to get financing. That's why small business owners must sharpen their business plans. To shed more light on how to build businesses in a struggling economy is an online business consultant and life coach, Silas Chukuma. Mr. Chukuma, you're welcome to Business Express.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
The International Monetary Fund, talking about the IMF, retained Nigeria's growth projection to 3.4. What does that mean for the Nigerian economy?
What it actually means when we say we're having a 3.4% growth, it means that there's going to be some form of improvement from the last year's value and this year. Now, it simply means that there's going to be a little economic growth. But we must not forget that the IMF, the statistics of the IMF on Nigeria alone is not, we cannot just take it independently, because if you look at the global IMF index, right, we are saying that there's going to be a downturn. As a matter of fact, globally, we expect that we should have about 3.2 from 3.2% to about 2.9%. 2.9%. Yeah. So if globally we are having a drop, right now, and Nigeria is having a little increase, we should expect that overall there's actually going to be a drop, and we are going to feel it. We're going to feel it, yes.
Well, are you sure we don't have enough shocks to feel, to get a balance up? Well, that being said, for a person thinking of becoming an entrepreneur, particularly at times like this, what are those things that one should look out for to ensure that you don't just start a business and fall off along the line? What are those basic things you need to start up with in consideration of the times that we are in, talking about the challenging economic times?
All right. One of the first things I would really love to tell people that want to go into business at this moment is, one, you must look at going into a business that has future potential. And when I mean future potential, we have a situation where the environment of doing business is already hostile, right? So if you're doing a business that is not generating you any form of foreign investment or foreign revenue or foreign currencies, then I think you should look for a way, because the world has been made a smaller place because of the internet. So because of that factor, you must look for a way that you can do business, and your customers would not only be people within your locality. Yes, exactly. So you should look for businesses that can get you income from outside. You know, you should be taking advantage of the online space and all of that. But
are you talking about forex trading?
Forex trading is one of them. Forex trading is one of them. But
give me several of them. Let's have
all right.
insights.
Okay. Beyond forex trading, we could look at e-commerce. E-commerce. A lot of people buy and sell stuffs in Nigeria. We have a lot of businesses a lot of shops, the average shop, right? Now, but what if you take that business online? Right? If you take that business online, you discover that before you know what's happening, with proper marketing online as well, you could get customers from almost any part of the world. Right? That's one of them. E-commerce is one of them. Affiliate marketing is also one of them. Right? And when we talk about affiliate marketing, we are simply saying you're marketing a product that you don't even have. You're not the owner of the product. You just look at a business that is already existing and you just, okay, I like this, I like this, I like this. And you pick it up and you market it. And the beauty of this is that you can do that on any niche.
Okay.
Like you can do that practically on any niche. And if we look at that also, like you just said, Forex. Now, the thing about Forex is we have people that are looking for where they will just put their money. But that's not just how it works.
Because you might lose it.
You would actually lose it. I've been trading Forex for over 13 years, right?
Amazing.
And one of the things I've always told people is that I've not seen any foreign Forex investment company that has gone mainstream that has stayed beyond 5 years.
Seriously?
Yes.
I don't want to mention names.
Right?
But
yeah.
that being said, before we go back to that, yes, the e-commerce thing is actually an avenue where small businesses, medium businesses should take advantage of. I remember the last ministerial meeting of the World Trade Organization where we have the DGs, Ogungozi Okonjo-Iweala, is saying Africa and Nigeria should take charge of this space, and they're actually providing capacity building. But the concern here is there are fears of going online. Yes, COVID-19 came with the opportunity for you to take your products from the physical market to the virtual market, but safety, security, transaction on that platform is challenging. How then, what should we look out for?
All right, okay, so one of the major problems we have in the e-commerce space is there's something that trended online recently. What I ordered versus what I got.
It's an experience. I've been there.
Yeah, I've actually been there, you know. And this time, I ordered something from China, and I got something else. Right? So
this time from China?
From China.
Okay, not from within.
Not from within.
Wow.
So it happens everywhere. Right? And another thing people need to understand is that when you see things online, it's actually high resolution image.
The camera work,
yeah, the camera work, a lot of editing,
it gives you an impression. This is the way it is.
Do you understand? So, but the thing is,
how do we get to solve this kind of? It's a challenge.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. Though they will tell you, okay, if this product is bad, you have so period of time you can return it. But for such, does it apply most times?
Of course it does apply, but when you look at the rigors,
what should you look out for to ensure you don't fall into such?
Okay, now one of the things, if you're doing any business online, one of the things that is going to really help you, especially e-commerce, one of the things that is going to help you is getting your customers, your existing customer base, to give positive reviews. And if you want to buy anything on any e-commerce store, look out for reviews.
Okay.
Look out for reviews. When you see somebody say, it's just like when you try to buy something on Gigi, and you go and you see that you are seeing comments from other people that have patronized this guy, that this guy is a wicked man, he doesn't pick call, he does this one, and you still go and buy something from that guy. That's a red light already, you know. So when you see that, you know that, man, I think I should look for another, you know, agent or something. So most of the time when you want to do...
But I've also seen it was a beauty pageant advertised online, where you had previous winners come to say, okay, I did this and I got this, did this, but on verifying, you just discover that it's an in-house packaging. How can we check this?
All right, now when it comes to the truth is the online space is a world on its own, right? So before you put your money, your one dime, into anything online, please do due diligence. Do due diligence. Make sure you have... I tell a lot of people, like, okay, some months ago, about 9-10 months ago, somebody sent me a message. He said, I want to do this business with this company. What do you think? And I normally don't do that for people because I would expect that you do your own due diligence. But I said, okay, for the sake of business closeness, I decided to do a background check. And when I did a background check, I called the guy. I said, see what I found out. This company is existing with a name of a company that already exists in the US. And from what I've seen, there is no form of affiliation.
Wow.
And this company was just recently registered about a month or 2 months ago. And the one in the US have existed for years. So what I can see is that this is a clone.
Okay.
Be careful. And that was where I stopped.
Okay.
8 months later,
Okay.
of course, he lost the money he invested there, of course.
So due diligence is the way to go.
Due diligence is key.
Okay,
You just can't
we
take that.
often hear a lot of people say, do smart marketing, but start small to get to expand. How does that work in our environment?
Okay, one of my mentors, we always say, start locally, but think globally.
Good.
And that's just the truth. And one of the reasons why you need to start locally is because, like I said, when you go on the online space, one of the things you need are good reviews. You need good testimonials. And you need content. That's all. What people want to see is, okay, this guy say he does this thing. What and what has he done before? Has he been able to? So I meet people that say, okay.
And how long has he possibly been in the market?
Exactly.
And his success is recorded
Okay,
over
a lady
time.
came to me, she just finished NYC, that she wants to go into a particular kind of business. And she has done the training, and she's going to, if she does the business for me, I will give her 120,000. But because she know me, I'll give her 60,000. That she wouldn't mind collecting 60,000. I asked her a simple question. I said, let's switch roles. You be here, let me be there, and let me offer you this. Will you pay me? And she said, no. I said, yes, that's exactly the truth. And you know why you wouldn't pay me? Because one, you don't have a track record. Two, from what I've seen, you don't have any previous experience. You just learned something
So that
online.
is to say, starting is usually difficult.
Of
the
course.
The confidence. So how do you get to grow, to build that confidence?
Exactly.
To get the customer base you need, and for you to get to excel in that particular business?
Perfect. Now, what you need to understand is that you need to understand that for you to gain confidence, you must be willing to offer your services for free.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. To start, you should be willing to offer your services for free. Okay, I run some online programs and I do them for free. One of this topic we are talking about now actually was on my Instagram live. I did it for free.
Okay.
I talked about these things for free.
Businesses.
Starting businesses in a struggling economy. I talked about it for free. I was invited by one of my friends in the launch of his microfinance, and I talked about the same thing for free. Now I have a podium and I'm still talking about it for free. Now,
that is the way to start the business.
That's exactly how to start.
Thank you so very much, Silas Chukwuma, for sharing such deep insights. I'm sure whoever is about to start a small business or want to start big will think of starting small and starting for free, then grow it over time.
Yeah, you should
Thank
be
you so
able
very
to
much
do
for
that.
sharing. So we'll get to talk more
All right.
on this. Next is our Surviving COVID-19 series as put together by Hebosede Ebo.
Surviving COVID-19 series is brought to you in partnership with the Central Bank of Nigeria.
I'm a trader now, selling dealer in all kinds of clothes, as you can see, shirt or t-shirt, jeans and trousers. That is what I'm dealing with. I've been in this business over 12 to 13 years now. Throughout the COVID-19, we faced a lot of challenges because of staying at home for quite a long time. So we faced a lot of challenges, both the business we are doing. No customers, everywhere dried up. You know, that kind of a thing. It's not only myself. A lot of people are suffering since the COVID-19 time. Actually, the market now goes smoothly, small, not as before, as it's rushing before because of challenges of money. So that is what we are facing. There's no money in town. And also the cost of exchange rate, because all business we are doing here is equivalent to naira, silver, and dollars. Now to buy is a problem to us because of currency high price. They brought it here, we heard of it. Government loan, they are going to give us this, give us money to fund our business. Even there was a time which our vice president come to this market. And if I'm happy to get the loan, is to invest it here in the business I'm doing. Because all of us here are looking for money to pull out in this business. You see, Okrika now, come on something like OK business. If you don't have to up to 2.something million now, you cannot fool the shop. Even 3 million. The cost of this thing, we bought it 250 before. Now the cost of each bell now in market is about 420,000. So where are you going to? Because of the exchange of naira. So that is it.
Surviving COVID-19 series is brought to you in partnership with the Central Bank of
Still talking about trade, the government of Barbados and the African Export-Import Bank, Afreximbank, have announced the first ever Africa-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum, Active 2022, scheduled to take place in Bridgetown, Barbados, from August 31st to September 3rd, 2022. The forum aims to foster the development of strategic partnerships between the business communities in Africa and the Caribbean to bolster bilateral cooperation and increase engagement in trade, investment, technology, transfer, innovation, tourism, culture, and other sectors. The forum is also expected to contribute to the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement and the Caribbean Trade Development Agenda, further reflecting the deep-rooted ties between Africa and the Caribbean based on their shared history, culture, common identity, and destiny. Active 2022 will be holding under the theme One People, One Destiny, Uniting and Reimagining Our Future. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Musa Bello, has warned wealthy individuals against providing false information on their income tax returns.
This will eat into many possible surplus funds that can be deployed into the provision of infrastructural and social facilities to meet the increasing needs of our growing population.
It is our moral and civic duty to file our returns. Listen, not only filing, we should be drivers and agents of positive change to file our tax returns with utmost transparency.
The Naira crashed due to higher dollar demand. Affects supply gaps. Let's now see how much the Naira is exchanging for other currencies. Equity trading on the floor of the Nigerian Exchange Limited witnessed another drop in share prices as bears sustained their grip on the stock market for the 7th trading session. Consequently, the NGX All-Share Index dipped 253.82 basis points to close at 50,188.55 basis points as against 50,442.37 recorded previously. Market capitalization of the equities depreciated by 137 billion naira from 27.064 trillion naira the previous day to 27.201 trillion naira. Market sentiment remained on a negative territory. Meanwhile, a turnover of 829.51 million shares exchanged in 4,977 deals was recorded in the day's trading. Shares across the world this Thursday are responding to the U.S. Federal Reserve's decision to raise rates by 75 basis points to fight inflation. Neka Oko has details.
U.S. stock futures moved lower early Thursday as markets staged a major rally on Wednesday, following another 0.75 percentage point hike from the Federal Reserve. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average slipped 0.09%. S&P 500 lost 0.21% and Nasdaq 100 dropped 0.53%. European markets advanced as global stocks took heart from slightly less hawkish messaging from the Federal Reserve. The DAX added 0.26% in early trade, with London's FTSE rising 0.38% and CAC 40 of France gained 0.63%. Stocks in Asia Pacific were also higher on Thursday following the U.S. Federal Reserve's decision to raise rates by 75 basis points to fight inflation. Among the major markets, only Hong Kong stocks slipped. The benchmark Hang Seng Index was 0.2% lower. The Shanghai Composite gained 0.21% to 3,282.58, while Japan's Nikkei 225 was 0.36% higher at 27,815.48. African markets are pointing to a positive open this morning after a near bearish outing the previous session. South Africa is already seeing 1.1% up at 62,722.95. Namibia gained 0.1%, while numbers from the other markets are still being expected.
Do join us again on Friday at 3 p.m. for another package. I am Benny Adams.